Okay, hello. I know it's been a while since I've been making any kind of videos or any kind of demos or playthroughs because I've been making guitars. Okay, it's a love of mine. It's a passion, something I've always wanted to do, and want to tell you the story on, I guess, how it became. So, if we are okay, so let me go back to 2014, towards the end of 2014. Testament, the metal band Testament, was coming to Oahu to play a metal show, and we was playing a show at the Republic, and the Republic is like a big venue, nothing huge like the mainland, but a big venue for Hawaii to play at. And hey, what's up, Pat and Scout Gwen? Aloha. So we got accepted to open for Testament, and Testament's been like my all-time favorite band, right? So back in the ending of 2014, I contracted a master luthier named Federico Vento to build me two custom electric guitars and an electric bass for Blue for the show. So mind you, he's a master of building acoustics and ukuleles, and this was his first attempt at building electric guitars. For them, the luthiers are like, this is easy, simple, because the true, I guess, work for a luthier would be in the acoustic instruments, right? So we go ahead and, I've been playing Ibanez for over 20 years until I found out about solar guitars. But again, this is one of the, oh, look at that. I got it's not food, everybody. But these were one of the customs back in 2015 that were made. This is 5A grade koa, right? And koa headstock, and the back was mahogany with a wenge neck. And mind you, I haven't seen wenge necks, okay? Back in 2014. This was something that I thought was cool and original, but I post pictures, right, of stuff, and it ends up other companies that are way bigger. So about 6 months later, Mayonnaise Guitars started bringing out wenge necks. Go figure, I guess, right? So here's, again, 2014. Tried to do the arch over here. Tried to do another one over here for playability. It's my version of a Super Strat, right? Got Evertune, endorsed by Evertune. These are ebony knobs. These are my signature Aero instrument pickups. I call them Wicked 1 and 2. The back plate covers are ebony as well. They're pressure fit into the mahogany. So that was that was my attempt at wanting to do electrics back then. Things didn't work out. Life got rough, life got tough, we got busy. I'm an electrical contractor, so again, I have other jobs, right? So, come now to the ending of 2017 or 2016, Ola England, Solar Guitars ended up creating a guitar line called Solar Guitars, which I have probably 5 of them. Very awesome electric guitars, okay? And at that point, I realized that it wasn't going to, my guitar, wanting to build the electrics and stuff and bass for, high exotic woods was like, it's too much work, to do. It takes too long. And then I was very lucky to get accepted by Ola England into the Solar family, which is amazing. I'm still a part of the family, which, I contacted them and let them know what I'm doing. And again, they probably see what I'm doing. And let's rewind, or go fast forward from 2017. I think it was New Year's. I got an email from Ola and said, welcome to the family. You're in. Stoked. Okay, now fast forward to 2020. Maybe about a month and 3 weeks ago to the day, one of the Big Island, Hawaii's biggest wood manufacturing companies, contacted me and said, hey, we'd like to rebrand our company by building your guitars and do a guitar line for you. and speaker cabinets and my amp shell cabinets and everything else. And I was just like blown, bah, explode, right? The brain just went poof. And it's a dream, right? So again, I knew the company's son. I've done prior work with him before, and was just totally excited for the opportunity. Didn't know how it was gonna go. Didn't know what to make of it or how long it would take. And I met with their computer CNCer, Tim, and what I told them was I wanted to take 6 iconic body styles and try and improve on them as far as playability, looks, tone, and everything else, right? And I wanted to do something that was on the extremely exotic wood side, especially when Hawaii is koa, is the koa city, right? That's where you get koa, is from the Hawaiian island. So when you buy a Taylor or any other manufacturer's koa, you're usually buying the really, you know, I mean, you don't get grain, you don't get all this curl and all this craziness, right? You get straight lines. If you go look online, and they're selling it for like some crazy amount, and I'm like, well, that's our strength, using Hawaii exotic woods, right? It doesn't have to all be koa. We have albizia, we have koa, we have lychee, we have plum, we have mango, ohia, keave. We got it all, you know, as far as like rarity woods, right? Things that people would like to have on a guitar. So now, here we are, designing them on the CNC machine, on the computer, taking my favorite guitars and making them different. Meaning, I wanted it to be more friendly. So, I am a super strat guy, okay? I mean, I'll grab one of those first. And here's my Trident model, the body. Now this is albizia, chocolate albizia. You know, I could make up some words. This is a dark chocolate pancake albizia, and you'll never find grain like this on the mainland. There's some exotic stuff, but I mean, hey, come on, look at this stuff. Isn't that crazy? Okay, so what did I do? Okay, we routed 2 humbucker cavities inside. For these guitars, they're the test guitars. I only got a volume and tone, and the volume will have a pull-in pop for me as my pickup for neck and bridge. I don't have a switch, but they can have a switch. And I routed for the Evertune already. Perfectly routed out. Cosmos Lyle, Evertune, check it out. Trying to kind of keep the same ebony plate cover on the back, right? And I added this little nubble deal over here. And for those of you hot rod fans, if you look at a 67 Camaro, which I have, the hood looks like this. Okay? So we're kind of taking stuff. This piece right here, there's a crack. It was cracking here and cracking here. And I fixed it with epoxy because it was a beautiful piece. And again, I wanted to save it. My designs, here. You see that's 3 scoops in the back right here? This is for your hands to fit all the way to the last fret, and you will have proper playing style throughout the whole neck, okay? And that's what I'm trying to hit on every single guitar. All right, so here's the Trident, okay? This is chocolate albizia. Now, same guitar, but mango. How's that? You guys seen a piece of mango like this? Beautiful piece of wood. Look at that. Look at the grain. And again, these are meant to be one-off custom guitars that once you see it, this is the only one you're going to get. No one's going to look the same. You're not going to be buying a guitar that has 1,000 made of the same looking wood. Okay? When you get a piece from Augustine Guitars, it's going to be the only piece that looks like this. All right? Same thing here. Evertune. Again, these are my prototypes. The company is wanting to make sure that I try and true them and make sure they are up to par for my standards. And again, I ain't sending any of this out unless it's perfect. It needs to feel better than any guitar I own. It needs to be comfortable, play everything, you know. So here's a mango, okay? And then trying to keep it all the same. Here is a black Trident, okay? Another one, you can see a little bit more of the angle here, okay? Again, you got my little custom signature scoops in the back. All right, again, it's super made to fit, okay? Made to fit. Look, I'm on the frets, man. I'm on the humbucker right here, okay? Oh, thank you, Arnos. Right on. Thank you very much. So again, this is the Trident, okay? This is my version of a Super Strat, corrected, ergonomically right. And then my other favorite guitar I like playing is a Les Paul. And my problem with the Les Paul, and probably any Les Paul owner, is that when you sit down and you play the Les Paul, you gotta squeeze your knees together, and you gotta balance that little ridge to sit on your knee, right? I mean, Les Pauls are great for standing up. And you're gonna see my camera is twisting sideways. Let me fix that real quick. And so this is my version of a Les Paul. I call it the Minotaur. Why? Because that's what hit me when I created it, okay? I guess this little hub over here, it reminds me of a bullhorn, I guess. And again, it has my little scoopty-doopty here thing on the bottom. This one is routed for an Evertune. Look at that piece. This is a chocolate albizia. Now the core pieces we didn't cut yet because we want to make sure that these are tried and true, okay? So these are the scoops. This is the double scoop because that's all I could do on this one. And again, it was for playability. You can get to the last fret with proper finger and hand alignment, okay? And yeah, this is a chocolate albizia. Okay, now, so what am I doing? I'm spraying these. And I am probably having a master sprayer come in and actually do all the spray paint jobs and all that, but I dabbled in a little body work back in the day, and I figure, you know what, I can spray these. You know, so again, the paint jobs I've done, I'm not done. I still got a couple of coats before I wet sand and buff. As far as the necks go, this is the Minotaur neck, okay? And in all the necks, my Trident is a reverse headstock. That was a question that was asked. But this is the Minotaur neck. Okay, it has the little horns, the bull horns. This is a 7-piece neck with wenge, maple, koa, purple heart. Then it goes back to koa, maple, and wenge. All right, that's the neck. Okay, and in every neck there is a super monstrous truss rod and two fully done carbon fiber rods. Okay, these necks will not break unless you really hit somebody hard in the head with it. But they're not gonna bow. Again, I know that a lot of my fans and friends are all over the world, and our humidity in Hawaii is super high compared to the mainland or other countries. And the guitars that gotta get built, the neck gotta be the most stable, only due to climate control. All right. So that's what I'm trying to prepare for, okay? And questions that I had: when can we pre-order the guitars? As soon as, so I'm getting a full neck back probably this week. We have 3 more Trident necks getting done and 2 more Minotaur necks getting done. So there's gonna be a five necks coming out, but I think next week I get one of them back and we get to fit this guy first. This one's gonna get the neck first. Again, it's the wenge neck that you just saw, but I'll chair it out, you know what I mean? So we can go like that. We're gonna make that happen. So pre-orders will happen when they're done. The goal right now is to pull off the 2 models, and because you know, everything's done in a machine. Everything's perfect up to thousandths of an inch, you know, so there's no mistakes. And so I just want to make sure we dial in the neck to the body properly before I go out there and go, hey, try it out. And I haven't even tried one yet. So again, this is me just sharing as I'm going through this whole experience. Again, I've been gone for a while on Facebook and Instagram. I've been there at the shop every day. dialing in details, dimensions, making sure little things work out. I've been prepping all the wood pieces. I've been gluing all the necks up. I've been cutting all the bodies. I mean, yes, I've been working with wood. I love it. I've been spraying. I've been sanding. So, you know, it's a real passion as well. So, oh, my brother Scott Wagner. Pre-order, yes. Again, my goal was to take the 6 most iconic body styles, which we're still going to do it, but we want to make sure we're moving on step by step, guitar by guitar properly. So their names, right? There's the Trident, there's Pegasus. We have a Fender style body coming out. It's going to be called Chiron. We have a Flying V. I like the Shark's Tooth. I don't like the double V's. I like the one short, one long. But that one's called Icarus. And then we have my version of a PRS, which I'm calling Pegasus. And our Explorer, which I didn't figure out a name for. But as we get into building them, I'll have them. But they're all based off of names that relate back to Greek mythology. The Greek gods in some way, shape, or form. You know, Poseidon had a trident. We got the trident. The Minotaur is straight up what it is. You know, again, I wanted it to be easy. You know, like Ibanez got Ibanez SBC 016 da 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 da, and just all these serial numbers, and I don't know. I just call it what it is. It's what it's gonna be. Make it simple for everybody. And we're gonna be doing wenge necks, maple necks, and koa necks. So we're gonna basically do 3 neck styles, and I will be trying each one to make sure that the body tone and the neck tone woods match and pair off. You know, chocolate albizia is a very light wood. It might have to have a warmer neck because the body's probably going to be bright and a little bit dark. The koa guitars are very warm, similar to mahogany. So that one I can put a wenge neck, which makes it a little bright, or I can put a maple neck on there to give it a little darker tone. Or I can put a koa neck on there, which just kind of be a sweet, smooth, mellow sounding guitar, more like a basic standard Les Paul kind of a vibe without the maple top. So I will be testing these things. That's why we're going to have the 3 different neck styles, and every exotic wood will be tested with what neck fits and sounds the best together as a pair. You're not just going to get pretty and sound like poop, okay? I really want to try and make sure, you know, again, been playing guitars for 20 plus years, and my knowledge or my understanding of the guitars is that electric guitars, if you grab one off the shelf and you play it and it sounds sterile or thin, not resonant, not acoustic, it'll transfer to the amp. It'll have that thin, nasty sound, okay? Here is, so if you, it has a very bright acoustic-y sound. So when you plug it in an amp, it does the same thing. I actually honestly haven't played guitar since I've been building guitars, and I really want to start playing guitar again when I have mine built. So hopefully this week I'll be playing the guitar again. What else? I forgot, guys. I should have wrote down the list of what people asked, but if you want to ask me anything, feel free to. A lot was, so every guitar will be a custom order. It's going to be a pre-order. You're going to put a deposit down. We will build the body and the neck style that you choose or select. I will recommend certain wood matching or pairing for you. You pick the pickups you want in it, the type of tone knobs, the kind of tuners you want, the kind of bridge style you want, and then I will have it built. Price range. So right now, the price point for Hawaii exotic woods will, again, the pieces are going to look crazy like the chocolate albizia or the koa, but they're going to be in the $4,000 to $7,000 range. And another question I got was, well, will you build guitars that ain't high exotic wood? And yes, we will. It'll be made per order. So if you wanted to say order a mahogany body, You're still gonna be in the 2 to 3,000 range custom, just because the neck's gonna be a crazy ass neck. But again, it's gonna be based off of the style of neck you want, the style of body you want. Again, we're really trying to keep it where it's super custom, one of a kind guitars. And it's a niche market. It's not for everyone. This is not, I'm not trying to. Again, I don't own the company, so I'm kind of like my whole thing is the vision of the guitars and the speaker. So speaker cabinets too. Speaker cabinet is gonna be made out of the same things. Koa. It's gonna be experimental tone woods. Okay, so now you take a speaker cabinet, and majority is done out of plyboard, okay, or an MDX kind of board, and glued and sealed. But now you go back to classical guitars and acoustic guitars, they use like a cedar top. Why? The cedar top resonates. It's acoustic. It breathes. So the speaker cabinets are going to be made with tone woods as well. I'm really curious to see what it's going to sound like. I'm also going to be putting ports on the back of the speakers. These are for you low extended range guitar players that play 7, 8, 9 strings. Okay, when you guys come across any cabinet and you're cranking your stuff and you're low tuned and drop tunings, what happens to your speaker when you go too loud? It distorts really bad, and not in a good way, because there's no air escape for the low end, for the drop tuning. The ports will be there to help that air escape, so the tone out of the speaker stays pure, while the excess air that's not needed to create the tone properly, bass per speaker and cabinet, gets expelled out the back. And it's optional. You don't have to. It's not the ports will be, you can open and close them, so that we're designing as well. We're going to do a single 12, a 212, and a 412 cabinet. Prices will be based off of the expense of the wood, or the type of wood we used, and probably trying to see what I'm going to load as far as speakers would go. Again, it's going to be things I'm used to and I recognize with more vintage 30, simple stuff. The G1275s, maybe some, I just want to keep it simple. Okay. And so I also have a guy doing a preamp pedal for my Augustine amp. It is only the distortion of my amp section and maybe the clean in the future, but I want to see how this goes as far as the pedals go. So he's starting a prototype now, and hopefully I'll get that within a month or two, but you'll be seeing that. So for those that can't buy my amp, you can buy the pre, and it's going to have tubes in it and everything. You plug it into the power section of your amp, and you have my tone with different power section, and pretty wicked as well. So that's going to be an exciting feature on things to come. So what else? I don't know. I think I'm kind of just rambling, but I haven't been on again for a long time, and I've been blessed by RK Woods in Hawaii to create these instruments that I would have never thought I'd be doing, So as far as any of my endorsements go, I'm currently still a solar guitar artist, which I'm very happy to still be a part of the family. My goal is not to compete with solar guitars. It was a dream of mine to build high-end, one-of-a-kind custom guitars. Okay, so as far as how I feel about the solar brand, I love them. They're awesome. My opinion, IMO, they're better than the Ibanez guitars that I've had or the recent Prestiges that I've bought, and I have 5 of them. Okay, so it kind of shows you I really enjoy the guitars. I really enjoy the person that designed and created the guitars as well, and gave trust in me to be a representative of the company. So I'm not doing this because I don't like the guitars that I'm with. I'm just, come on, somebody tell you, dude, let's build your guitars for you. You're gonna do it. I can't help that, and I'm gonna go with it. See how this all plays out in the future. But stay tuned, stick around. I feel I needed to drop a little something to you guys. And I will hopefully have some playthrough or some kind of video, hopefully in a week or 2 weeks or whenever they're done, for the prototypes. And then we can all hear the tone and how it sounds. So curious to see what these would sound like, especially the Albizia. But you guys take care. Thank you for all the likes. Keep asking questions. Yes, pre-orders are hopefully gonna be soon. And thanks for supporting you guys. You guys, aloha.